Hi everyone, welcome to Last Minute Coders. I hope you guys are doing well. My name is Vinay. In this video again we are going to continue with our important Power App function. So we have already covered 3 videos on this topic. So the first one was the text function, the second was math function, and the last one we just covered like date and time function. In this one we are going to cover logical functions inside our Canvas app Power App. So in total I have here 12 functions with me. So the first one is if. So without further ado, we will start this video, and I'll request you guys, if you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, like this video if you like the content. So let's get started. So our first function is if function. So it performs conditional operations. So let us see what if is. If is just like this. If let's say I'm just giving an example, if 1 equal to 1. So 1 equal to 1, you guys know, right? 1 is equal to 1. That is true. So here, see the syntax up here. The first parameter is logical test. So this is logical test. So the true value, let's say, if this is true, I'll say hi. And if it is false, see, this is else value. If it is false, I'll say bye. Okay. And I'll close the bracket. So see, simple, it written hi. But if I write something like this, 1 equals to 2. So which is totally wrong, right? 1 is not equal to 2, we know that. So it returns what? It returns the else value, by value. Same way we can compare anything. Let's say if we wanted to compare two string, if I wanted to compare, let's say hi with hi, I can even compare string numbers, anything. See, it written hi. Let's say I wanted to say here, let's say this is true. This is a boolean value. If this is true, then again I am seeing hi, and if this is false, I'll see bye. So this is like very basic example I just showed you, like how if function work. So the first parameter is logical test, the second is true value, the third is else value. Okay, so this is a very easy to understand example. You can now further deep dive into, like, if let's say if this is false, let's say if 1 equals 2, so I am saying bye up here, but let's say in this else parameter again I write if. So this is like nested ifs, and here I say 1 equals 1, 1 equals 1, and what I'll do is I'll say here hello, and if this is false, then return me bye. So you will see up here this time it returns hello. Firstly, what happens is, like, 1 equals to 2, that is false, so it just moved from here to here. It escaped this one true value and it moved to like else value. Inside our else value we have this condition again, 1 equals to 1, it is true, so it is returning hello. But if it is like 1 equals to 7, I'll see bye up here. So this is nested if. Okay, I hope you guys understand like how if works. Now let's move on to our next function, that is IfError function. Alright, this is going to be amazing. Let me comment this one for now. Okay, so we have, let's say, IfError function. Okay, so I hope you guys know when we divide 1 with 0, this is a logical error. Okay, so 1 cannot be divided by 0, and I say up here like error, and the third parameter I say correct. Okay, so we know that when we divide 1 with 0 we will get error. So I am seeing this error. It is similar to if. Okay, it is very much similar to if condition. Here, see. But let's say I wanted to see what kind of error I'm getting up here. How can I do that? So for that we have like FirstError.Message. Okay, when we do this, see this invalid. Now what I'm getting up here, what is the message? Invalid operation, division by 0. Okay, so division by 0 is what? It is an invalid operation. So see, this is how you can get the message. Anyway, like there is a lot of other thing as well, like here, see, details, kind, message, observe, source. Like if I write source, so where I'm getting this error, okay, it should be dot. Okay, so it will tell me that this error is coming inside this text input 1 underscore 2. See this, text input 1_2 defaults property. Okay, so this is it for now. Let me change it back to message. So this is how like if error work. It is similar to if condition, but here you if you want to check like if your code has error or not, you can use this, and you can also see that what kind of error you are getting. Okay, well and good. So if error is done, now moving on to our third function, that is blank. So it just check if the value is blank or not. So let me here see, I'll take this example. Let's say the name of this is text1, right? So I'll check for this one. I'll say is blank text1.text. If it is blank, then it will be true. So see, I'm seeing, see this green highlighted up here, and here I'm seeing true. But if I'll run this, I'll enter some value, see it turn to false. But if it is blank, it is true. Correct. All right. Moving on to our next one, that is empty. Now you might be wondering like is blank and is empty, they might seem similar, but they are not. Like is blank is for like let's say for this text, but is empty we use when we like when we need to check like for tables or records. Okay, so let me create one collection first. Let me move up here, go to the screen. What I'll do is on visible property, I'll just create one dummy collection. I'll say clear collect, I'll say col temp. All right, for item I'll keep this as blank. Okay, so this is it. I'll move on to some other screen, come back here. Now this is being created. See the data type is table for this collection, and it is empty. Okay, it is completely empty. So is blank is done. Now if I write something like this is empty, see here it is what it is asking, source a table to be tested. But for is blank it was different, it was asking a value. Okay, just note the difference. And here what I'll say colTemp. Once I like use this data source, it is saying false. Maybe it should not give false. Here also it is not saying blank. Maybe it does contains a value. Let me check. Yeah, it is. What I'll do is this is fine, and I'll say clear colTemp. This, let us do this. Okay, so that it will be empty now this time. See, this time if I click up here, we didn't find any data. So it, when I was doing like this, even if it is blank, nothing is there, but it is creating one row, one blank row it was creating. Okay, so here see this time the code is just the same, like is empty colTemp, so it is returning true. Okay, well and good. And if it contain data, it will return false. So with this code you can check like if your data source contain any data or not. Okay, now moving on to our next one, that is AND operation. So basically, let's say where do we use AND? Okay, inside our if condition or any switch case. Okay, wherever we write condition, right? Like I say if 1 equals to 1, and I'll say and. Either I can write and like this, A and D. Okay, and like this, or I can use this ampersand sign. Okay, 2 ampersand sign. So they both are same. So see this, for and to be true, right? I don't know how many of you know, like for and is what, like this should also be true and this should also be true. If both are true, then this, else false. Okay, so you will see false up here. See, this is true, right? This is true. See up here, true, but this is false. Okay, so true and false, for and it will be false. Give me a minute, because most of you might not be from computer science background. I understand that, and that is totally fine. So for them, let me just give me a minute. Okay, so see up here for and what happens is, like, we have like two conditions. See, this is the first condition, this is second condition. If this is true and this is true, if both conditions are true, then and what and will return? And will return true. Okay. If this is true and this is false, then and will return false. If first one is false, this is true, then it will return false. If both are false, then also it will be false. So basically what is happening, true can be written as like maybe 1, okay, and 0 can be written as like, sorry, false can be written as like 0, okay. So and simply means like multiply, okay, just understand it like this. So 1 into 1 is what? 1. 1 into 0 is 0. This is 0, this is 0. So 0 is correlated with what? False. So here, that is what we are saying, okay. So I hope you guys understood now. So let's move on to this code and let us further see. See, what happens is, like, when I written like this, so this one was true and this one was false. What I told you, like, true is what? 1, false is 0, and when and is what? Multiply, okay. Associate and with multiply, and when you multiply it will return false. So that is why I am saying false up here, okay. Well and good, but if they both are true, let's say if this is also true, so I'm seeing this true up here. Very good. So this is like and logical operation. For or is like, again, very simple. See, the symbol for or is this, okay, two, what you say, straight lines, okay, or you can write or, up to you, okay. Both are fine, okay. So let us write or, but here see, if either of the condition is true, or if both are true, then it will return true. So see up here, I'll write for or, okay. So this is my first condition, this is second condition, and what will or be the output? If this is true, this is true, then definitely true. If this is true, this is false, then also true. If this is false, this is true, then also true. If both are false, then it is going to be false. So basically what is happening, I told you, right? True is what? True is 1. Again, the second one is 1. When and or symbol is what? Or is what? Plus. In computer language, when you plus 1, it is not 2, okay. It is not 2. So it will result in 1 only. If I add 1 plus 0, because computer understand binary language, okay, it only understands 0 and 1s, okay. 0 plus 1 is 1, 0 plus 1 is 1, 0 plus 0 is 0. So that is why, like, true, 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 and false. So or is nothing but like plus, and was multiply, okay. That is why, like, this is true, this is false. Even if either of the condition is true, it is true. If both are true, then definitely it is going to be true. But if both are false, it will return as false as its output, okay. See up here, if I write like 1 equals to 6, so see, both are false, so it is returning false up here, and in this below code section, sorry, in this below text, okay. So this is done, like or is done, and is done. Now moving on to a not function, okay. Let us see up here. Again, not is very simple. I write like not up here, I'll say not 1 is equal to 2. See what is happening here, right? 1 is equal to 2 means like it is false, okay, but not will just change that false to true, okay. So since like this thing is what? This thing is false, but see, if I cover this whole thing, so it will just change false to true, okay. If this is not this, then it will just change. Okay, so if this was true, see 1 equals to 1, so this time you will see false appear. So since like this is true, but like if we use not function before this, it will just change it to false. Okay, so depending on your use case, you can use this, and the other symbol for not is like this exclamation mark. You can also use this exclamation mark if you don't remember not. So both are correct. All right, now moving on to our next one, that is Coalesce. I think Coalesce, this is how we pronounce it. I don't know why people say like this is the toughest function. I don't understand. Like this may be the easiest function. This is not at all complex. If you also have fear of this formula, or sorry, this function, so I don't think you should fear. Here, see, firstly, what I'll just tell you, just read this. Return the first non-blank value from the list of argument. So let's say I have this 1, 2, 3 text box with me, right? I'll say Coalesce text 1 dot text, text 2 dot text, text 3 dot text. Okay, this is cool. So it is fine. Okay, and you can provide n number of like this, okay, values to it. See, I can provide n number of values. Okay, just by adding comma, provide n number of values. So see what is happening. Like if this is here, I say let's say hi. I am seeing hi appear here. I'll say hello, and here I'll say hey. Okay, so I've written hi, hello, hey. So what Coalesce check is like the first non-blank value. So we started from text 1, right? So is this a blank value? No, right? It contains a value. But let's say if this one is blank, so it will just go to here, like it will return hello. If this was also blank, it will return hey. And if my hey is blank, then totally all are blank. So either I can provide it a blank default value up there, like if all of these are like blank, I'll say enter here. I'll say enter the value, enter the values in text boxes. Okay, this is the message that I'll print. Okay, so see this, if all are blank, it is just returning this. So whatever the first non-blank value is, right, among like this and like this text. Okay, so whichever is the first non-blank value, see appear. Like if again I run, and here I'll say hi, so see I'm seeing hi appear. If here I write like y, so I'm seeing y. If here I write a, to a I'll see the first non-blank. It will just check the first non-blank. So based on your use cases, you can use this formula. Very useful formula. With patches we use this formula. I'll show you the use case of it in some other video. But for now, just for our basic understanding, like this is how Coalesce work. Coalesce, whatever. So this is how it works. Now moving on to our next function, that is switch. Very useful formula. Okay, let's say if we have one condition, and based on that one condition there can be a multiple output. Okay, how can I okay, I'll say switch. So see, the first parameter is like the switch value. So switch value, I'll say okay, let me, for this example, let me create one combo box. So combo box or drop down, anything will work. Okay, let us create this drop down. Inside this drop down, what I'll do is I'll create one list. I'll say apple, I'll say mango, let's say banana. Oh, did I add this? Okay, I'll say grapes. Okay, so see, I created a fruit kind of list which contain apple, mango, this and this. I'll play this app, see this drop down up here, so it contains this list of items. Okay, well and good. For the switch case, I'll say use this drop down. The name of that drop down is drop down one.selected text, or maybe selected dot value. I'll say okay. Selected dot value. I'll say if it is, let's say if it is apple, so its price should be 100 rupees. This is what I'll do is, if it is apple, then its price should be 100 rupees. I'll say if it is banana, its price should be like 50 rupees. I'm Indian, so that is why my currency is rupees. You can relate with your currencies. For grapes, let's say it is 80 rupees. And what was the third one? Mangoes. Let's say, since it is a mango season, so let's go with 40. Okay, so this is 40 rupees. So see, based on my selection, and I have to close the bracket up here. So based on my selection, if I select, see, apple is currently selected, right? So apple price is 100, banana price is 50, grapes is 80, mango is 40. So see, based on this drop down value I selected, the syntax is very simple. The first is switch value, then the match value. See this apple is what? Match value, see up here. And the second one is match result. Again match value, then match result. There's a match value, match result, match value, match result. And you can either give the default value. I'll say for the default value, I'll say select from the drop down. This is what I'll say. If like nothing is selected, and I'll just click on this drop down, I'll go to its advanced property, allow empty selection. I'll just change it to like true. Initially it is false. If I change it to true, it will even contain blank values. Okay, so see, if this is blank, I'll see that, wait a sec, the select okay, see, the issue is what, right? I got the issue here. See, everything was a number, right? But this is a text, so better like I'll make these things as text as well. Okay, so instead of like values, let's make them as like text. Now this is fine, and see up here, so it is saying select from the drop down. So as soon as I select apple, the price should be 100, banana is just 50, grapes 80, mango, and I think the spelling of mango is here, see, I have written mangoes. Okay, so it should be mango. Okay, so you just have to note your, like, this thing should, the cases also should be proper. If m is like, if I write a small m, again it is going to fail. Okay, so just remember the case should also be proper. So see, amazing, right? So in this way, like, you can use switch case. We can achieve this by if condition, but that will be a lot hectic. So if you have, like, if you wanted to compare one value with multiple things, go with switch. Okay, all right, now that we have understand switch, see, let me just show you the code first. So see, this was the code. So now let's move on to our next one. For multi-line comment, we have this thing. Okay, / asterisk sign, then asterisk sign / okay. No man, I don't want to download. Oh, so for multi-line comment, we use this / then asterisk and / and between this, whatever we write, those things get commented. And for single line comment, we use 2 /. Okay, well and good. Moving on to our next function, that is isNumeric. As the name suggests, it just checks if the, let's say, if I say isNumeric, I'll say text 1.text. Okay, so it just written true false value based on it. See, if I write up here 1 2 3 4 5, so as soon as like this is a number, it will return true. But if I write like 1a, so see, this is not a number now, right? So this is alphanumeric kind of thing. Okay, but 1 2 3 is a number, so it is fine. So is numeric is wherever you see is, right? So is nothing but it just check if it is like true or false. Okay, so it just gives a boolean kind of a data type. Okay, wherever you will see is. Now moving on to our next one, like IsError. Again, if error was different, but IsError is different. Okay, if error is like if condition, but IsError is like this is numeric. I'll just show you. See, IsError, it will just check. Let's say if I say 1 equal, so I know like this is an error, so it just had to give me like true. Okay, but if I say like 1 divided by 7, this is fine. Okay, this is true, so it will just give me false. Reason it is giving me false because this is not an error, but if this is an error, it will return me true. See, okay, so IsError was very easy to understand. Moving on to next function, that is ismatch. Very amazing function. Okay, let's say this is my like email. Okay, before this what I'll do is I'll check like these two texts. Okay, first text this and this, if they both are matching, this I need to see like yes up here. Okay, or maybe true. So I'll say ismatch. Here I'll say my first sorry, not this one. I'll say text 1.text and the second parameter is text 2.text. For now I'll take only 2 parameter, and text 1.text is this one, text 2.text is this one. Okay, so let me write like please like this video, I'll say. Okay, and here I'll say like, okay, wait a sec, text 2.text, this is format, and okay, so I'll say contains text 2.text constant value. Okay, so the problem with this is like this is like this should be, what you say, this should be a constant. Like I cannot like change this on the go. Okay, this one I was changing this on the go, that is why like this there has been this error. I am seeing this error. See here, if I write up here like this, instead of this I need to make this static, and to make this static I need to write like this, like. Okay, so see up here, now just forget about this thing. I'm just comparing like if this text contain like, so I am seeing true up here. Okay, see here, ismatch will return again true. Wherever you see is, it will return a boolean value. Okay, and here match option contains, if like this text 1 dot this thing contain like, say if I say if this contains subscribe. Okay, so then it will return true, and if it doesn't contain the word subscribe, it will return false. So see, currently like this text doesn't contain the word subscribe. Please like this video, and I'll say and subscribe my channel. Okay, the spelling for subscribe, maybe here I have written wrong. Okay, the spelling was right, but see again, yeah, very good. Let me decrease its size. So see up here, the spelling is correct, right? The subscribe and the subscribe spelling is same, but here see the case, this S is capital and this is small. Okay, so since both are like the characters are same, but the casing is not same. Okay, So this contains the first alphabet in uppercase and this in lowercase, so it will just result in false. But if you want to ignore this, just use like and condition and say ignore, there is one thing, ignore case. Okay, match option dot ignore case. So once I do this, so I think one and sign. Okay, here we need to use one and sign. So once I use this, C up here. Now this time I'm seeing like true up here. Okay, well and good. See, this time it just ignore the case. See, even like this S was capital, this was small, so it just ignore the casing. Okay, so now it just check the spelling, like both the spelling are correct, then it is correct. Okay, so this is very ismatch. If I show you, like it's a Microsoft documentation, let me give it a sec here. See up here, so see ismatch. It is like, I want you guys to go through this documentation. Okay, anyways, if you want me to cover this whole topic, I will, because with the help of this, you will get a better understanding of regular expression. Okay, and you can make your app more amazing, like what you say, in your projects or in your app, sometimes you want to like check if the entered value is correct or not, and if it is not correct, then you need to throw an error to the user. Like before submitting a form, you check like in place of email, the person is inputting a proper mail or not. Okay, let's say in email, like this is my, let's say, email text box, and I write something like this. Let me play the app, and I write something like this. So the submit button should get disabled because like I am inputting like wrong mail. Okay, so the email formatting should be like this, like this @gmail and then dot then com. So this should be the proper email formatting. I'll just show you with like this how we can with ismatch how we can do that. So first ismatch we have seen. Okay, we can compare like this text, and always note, okay, you cannot, the second parameters had to be static. Okay, it had to be a constant. See, the reason it throwed me error like in the beginning, because I have used like text2.text. Okay, which was not a static, it was changing during the runtime, so that is why it throwed me an error. So the first ismatch is this. Now ismatch for like email, it's very simple. I'll say ismatch, I'll say text2.text, this time I'll use text2, and I'll say email, so match dot email, and that's it. See up here, when I'll run this, see, it is returning true, right? Even though like it may be a wrong mail ID, but it will just check the indentation. See, if I remove this, see, it returned false up here. If I do something like this, dot ds @ so this is correct. As soon as I like write like this, it is smart enough, like it knows after like dot it should be like 2 characters, like it defines like which country, like I'm from India, so IN. Okay, yeah, it should have a @ sign. Dot can be multiple dots. Okay, email can contain a dots like this. Okay, can contain underscore. Till now it is correct, but as soon as I remove like this @ sign, it will just say no, this is not a valid mail address. So in this way, like you can use ismatch function. There are other also, like we can use regular. See this, this is very simple one that I have just showed you. This is very amazing. Like if you wanted to like check the number, so the number should be like this, 1 2 3 then -45. So for that, what we use, digit and digit and digit. So 3 digit, then there should be hyphen, then 2 digit, there should be hyphen, then 3 digit. So this is how you can like validate whatever the user is inputting in the text box, whether that is correct or not. See, this one just I showed you, right? Email one. And the best are like regular expression. We will cover one dedicated video on this topic, regular expression. Amazing, right? So like, see, you can validate like a password is strong or not, the number is correct or not. Like for our Indian number, the number should be of 10 digit. It should start from 9876. Okay, so for that we need to use this regular expression, right? Okay, see, so there is a lot of thing we can do with this. Okay, with ismatch. So that is why I told you, like, this is an amazing function and lot of things can be achieved using this function. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is it for this video, and if you like the content, don't forget to like this video. And I do hope that you guys are subscribed to my channel, and if you aren't, then I'll request you that you please subscribe. Do support me by subscribing. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, take care. Goodbye.